Good morning, everybody. Mike Wright, Edge Home Finance. We truly appreciate you coming to another Realtor of the Week on Realtor Connect. This week, I'm super excited to have Brittney Jackson from EXP. No, it's what it is. It's actually New Doors, New Beginnings, powered by EXP.
I love it.
How's that?
Yes. I'm going to take that and run with it. I'm going to run with that.
I truly appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
We have got a mutual friend who was just on yesterday, Carrie. And so she was kind enough to introduce me to Brittney. So we appreciate you being here. Thank you, my friend.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
You had a good day. I understand today was good. And
Yes.
it's always challenges, though, right? And so we were talking about some of this prior, but
Yeah.
we'll dive into that a little bit later. So so tell me about your family. Obviously, you got a beautiful Facebook background with the kids.
Yes.
Tell me about
Yes.
the family.
Yes. So my family is honestly the reason why I actually do what I do for real estate here. But I have an amazing husband. He's the giant in the Facebook background photo. He's 6'7". So that's my husband, my high school sweetheart.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So met him in high school, and then we have two very handsome boys, Brian and Brandon. Why I did everybody with the BR thing is beyond me.
Yeah.
But that is where the logo comes into play.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
Yes. So
Well, and it's it's such a great. It is the why.
Yes.
I think it's a why for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Has your being a realtor impacted your family? That's kind of a loaded question because I know it does. But have you kept balance?
It does. I definitely think I could keep more balance, and that's something that I have for goals for next year. And that's one of the reasons why I joined EXP, to be completely honest, is to give me more balance, and why I created the team. But I have my husband, who is my saint in all of this, who is a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
And he's the one that honestly keeps the balance.
The house in order.
Oh my gosh. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be able to do what I do and to be able to be out there hustling.
Well, at 6'7", the kids stay in line. I'm just telling you. That's probably my assumption, right? Especially boys, right? Both boys?
2 boys, 6 and 3. And so if you could only imagine 6 and 3, and then honestly, my husband's a boy at heart too. Cool. So, I mean, they have a ball. And, he keeps them in line.
Good.
So.
Well, and it's super cool to see. And it's so neat to watch how agents, right? Because we go crazy, right?
Yeah.
I'm in the mortgage business at Edge Home Finance, but it's the same industries, man. We just go hard. And it's night times and it's weekends, so you need that anchor of your husband. Yeah. God bless him. He's must be a good man. So tell us how you got into real estate and ultimately ended up at EXP.
Yes. So I actually never thought I would be a realtor. I will be honest on that. So my grandma, who is since passed away, but I grew up in the real estate industry. Okay. So we did a thing growing up where every Thursday I actually spent Thursday nights with her. So there was a boundary created with her clients that every Thursday night was time with her granddaughters and her grandson. And so that was like a night off of showings. So I would hear, though, all about showings and clients and negotiations. And I was like, oh, I don't want this job. This sounds like a nightmare. And then you have open houses on the weekends and parade of homes, and who wants this life, right? And you're working all the time, and you only get Thursday nights off. Well, what? And so when I thought about, after graduating from high school and I went to college, when I thought about what I wanted to do, I was like, I'm staying clear of that. Yeah. And she told me to stay clear of it too. And I actually became a branch manager for a staffing industry. So I did like human resources, and I was a branch manager. And I was actually recruiting a gentleman who was working at a national builder. And I was in the process of actually trying to hire him onto my team for being a recruiter.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
So it was kind of a interesting situation because I was trying to hire him, and then lo and behold, the whole entire time in the back of his mind, he was actually interviewing me secretively to be the sales manager for their Minnesota
the builder.
For their builder here, to be the rep for the sales manager and sell their luxury homes.
Right.
So he ended up asking me if I would meet with the regional manager here, and I was like, okay, what is it? I'll just go grab coffee. That's not a problem. We hit it off, and then I ended up getting my real estate license, and then closed out the communities here, and the rest is history. So that's how I became a licensed realtor in real estate.
So what I'm also impressed on, because obviously you've done your CE.
Yeah.
It's Realtor.
Yes.
You say that properly versus
Thank you.
Realtor. You know, one of the teachers
Yes.
hate that stuff.
Yes,
You know,
it's true.
You all know. But
Oh, yes.
So new construction.
Yes.
Then you ended up EXP, or was there a stop or two, or what?
There were some stops along the way.
Yeah.
Yes. So I started, new construction. I ended up selling pretty much $500 plus to $1 million homes.
Yeah,
And
good.
then from there, I ended up, once I was done with that, I was asked where I wanted to go. I just had my first son, Brian, and ended up deciding I would maybe think about getting into starting my own book of business, right? They close out all the communities here. So before I started my own book of business as a realtor, I thought, well, I need to know the mortgage side of things.
Yeah.
Okay? I did not like that I did not know that. And I am very type A, and I needed to know the other side if I was going to go represent my clients.
Right.
So I got my mortgage license.
Nice.
So I took a pause. I worked actually as a mortgage originator for a year, and then from there ended up going back into real estate. So I did actually practice mortgage for a year.
So everyone thinks this is just to learn about her. Actually, I'm here to interview her to become an originator. So let's do this, baby. You know, so, it's
Right?
weird how your
Isn't it?
interviews go, right?
It's so bizarre, right? All the time. It just keeps happening. No.
So basically, you ultimately ended up getting back into real estate.
Yes, and that was the goal the whole time. For me, I like to have a full circle of
I love it.
knowledge.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I feel like I could best, for me, represent my clients,
Right.
is to know the full circle. And then I am one that I focus on more of a strategical, intentional approach.
Yeah.
And so I could think more outside the box. So I've been able to save deals and work with my clients because we're able to think more outside the box
Yes.
to get it done. And lenders, we're partners in this,
Yes.
right? We're a team. And so then we could actually tag team it and talk through things in a different light than if I had no idea what kind of language you're talking because it's more foreign to me, right?
I appreciate that tremendously because your demeanor also changes when you understand what transpires, right?
Yep.
And so that broad knowledge, I mean, Carrie talked about it, TK's talked about it, Tyler's, all these
Yeah.
people talk about expanding your knowledge.
Yes.
Real estate is one little piece of the deal. Title, we had a title person
Yeah.
on. You have to become educated about a lot of things.
You do. You really do. Yeah, it's important.
So EXP, how did you end up landing with EXP?
Good question. Honestly, Carrie, she's how I landed there. So I was interviewing a lot of different brokerages. You need to know what you're saying no to, right?
Yeah.
So I was looking at a wide variety of brokerages. Not that my past brokerage was wrong, and everybody has the right fit for them.
Yeah.
But I was looking to create a team and grow in a few different ways and have better balance. And when I met with Carrie, it was bizarre how our lives seemed almost like I knew her my whole entire life,
Right.
but I had just met her.
In February.
In February,
Yep.
yes. So she and I are from the same, area. We have very similar, just many
Family
dynamics and everything. Yeah. And so it was just really, really cool. And the ironic piece is that I didn't meet her till she lived out of state. But
Of course.
right. So I mean, she lived right in the same town as me, but I didn't know her till she was states away. But which is kind of a shame. But even to the point of like co-working, I have a goal to have my own co-working space eventually.
Nice.
And that's literally, as I'm telling her what my vision is, I had no idea. She was literally opening up the Cove, like right when in February, and I'm sitting here and she's telling me about how they're just about to have this grand opening of this co-working space, and I'm like, that's
Beautiful.
literally my vision, and I'm telling her it, and she's living it.
Yeah.
So it was really, really neat.
She is, the friendship is so cool.
Yeah.
Because she's so warm. Your personality is identical. You know what I mean?
Thank
and
you. Yeah.
In the work ethic, the humility, the truly caring for clients is critical. Tell me a little bit about the New Doors, New Beginnings part of your logo.
Yes. So New Doors, New Beginnings became a thing, and it kind of is twofold. So one is because real estate, I said I didn't think I'd ever get into real estate, right? But at the same time, it gave my family an opportunity that I never thought we'd be able to have.
Yeah, right.
And opened the New Doors, New Beginnings for us, right?
Yeah.
New opportunities for us that we can never imagine. My husband's able to be a stay-at-home dad because of us being in real estate and the success that we've had.
Yeah.
So that's our New Doors, New Beginnings.
Yeah.
And so we've been able to not have our kids in daycare, and he's been able to do all sorts of things that we never thought we could have. So that's for us.
Yep.
But then on a different side for our clients, and just that piece of it, where we're able to get our clients their new opportunity, right? And open an opportunity for them. It doesn't necessarily need to be a house, but it can be. Sometimes it's just overcoming like credit repair, or just selling a property that they didn't think that they could, or dealing with just all sorts of burdens or challenges, and getting that point of overcoming and getting to that new beginning, right? Whatever that might be for them.
Yeah.
Right? And whatever that vision is. And then for the team side, right? And that growth as far as
For them to do the same thing.
yes.
And follow your steps. Your kindness is, with clients, it's critical. Because not only are you just saying, I want a deal, I want a deal, I want a deal, you're caring about them as a friend.
Yes.
They become friends because you're with them all the time.
They do. Honestly, I feel like a lot of my clients become family too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them do. I gave a lot of my kids' baby clothes to my clients. I gave a crib to one of my clients. If one of my clients need anything, I try to be there as best I can.
Yeah.
I closed on one of my clients' properties, and then we're at the closing table. They look at me, they said, I know this is super short notice, but we're getting married in 3 days and we can't get married without you. Please be at our wedding on Friday. And I'm like, what? And the next thing you know, they invited my whole entire family, and we just made it happen. And we were there, and we were sitting literally at the table with their family. And
how fun is that?
It's so cool. I never thought this career, and it's not even a career. It's a part of me now.
Yeah.
They intertwine, and so it's just the coolest thing. And so it's been a great opportunity, and that's something I never imagined it could be.
I think it sums it up as if you're only looking at a paycheck, you're like this, right? And now you get the handshake because you've earned a right to trust them. They trust you like you know you. But all of a sudden you get a hug. You get invited to the weddings.
Yeah.
That's what makes this priceless, right?
It does.
Paychecks are nice, don't get me wrong, but the friendships and being invited on a 3-day notice to a wedding is amazing.
Well, and it's, to me, sometimes it's the ones that don't necessarily lead to a paycheck, but you were able to help them and just be there as a resource.
I like
those
that.
are even some of the greater ones to
Yeah.
me. You know, I just like to be able to be there for those phone calls. I've had people call me or ask me to go grab coffee and just talk through things so we could avoid situations.
Yeah.
And so I just want to be there as a resource to help people. I don't ever look at what that paycheck's going to be, or, you know, turn somebody away because it's not going to be much. You know, do you know what I mean?
I've
had
do know
people
what you mean.
tell me that they're like, well, you're the fourth person I've called and nobody wants to work with me because they said it's not worth their time. And I'm like, are you serious? It's a shame of the opportunities that could be missed and the people that you could help. And that's where the New Doors, New Beginnings comes from, is the fact that there's somebody that needs your help and there's a door that could be opened.
The personality trait you just spelled out there is priceless, because the problem, I mean, the short-sightedness of it is that person has a family of 15. And who knows the new opportunities that, you know, the new doors that you can open.
Right.
So I applaud you for that. So
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your goals with EXP. I mean, obviously their motto is build, build, build.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do? For all you new agents.
So I do want to build a team, yes. Yeah. So, and I'm in the process of building a team, absolutely. So I do have some agents with me right now. They're incredible, and I'm coaching them and mentoring them. I am a mentor certified with EXP as well. So for those that are not wanting to join a team and just be mentored by me, I am doing that as well. And so do I want to build my team and then have no personal connection or be so detached that there's too many pieces and disconnect? No, I think that's not a good approach. I feel like for me, I'm very personable, and I like to make sure there's still that connection. And if I'm just going to keep building, that's going to take away from where my mission and where my values are. But I do want to build a team.
Yeah, sure.
I do want to coach and mentor and create something that's really empowering and spread this vision that I have as far as New Doors, New Beginnings, and be strategic with it. And I'm just looking for the right people to do it.
Well, and Carrie's a perfect person to be a mentor for you. But I love the fact that, because I was going to ask you about about the team lead mentored you. Well, because that's part of her title on this thing. And I think it's a critical piece, because I didn't know you could get certified to be a mentor. Yeah, you can. So it's through EXP, you can get certified to be a mentor. And so that was actually one of the first things I did, and Carrie had mentioned that I should do when I joined EXP. And that was a big piece of the puzzle that I think a lot of, quite honestly, the other brokerages were missing when I was interviewing them. So I was able to do that really right away, and they had a really cool platform that was very informative, that just walked through any new agent could really learn a lot of educational pieces and walk through just purchase agreements and everything through there. And I could coach, whether it's just a new agent or just an existing agent who maybe needs to freshen up and is revisiting, coming back in and needs help. EXP, when I first, a buddy of mine, John Murphy, was a broker at one point, he had showed me the background.
Yeah.
And how you are like, it's all computer. You're a person, right? So if you want to walk into
the avatars.
The avatars. The
avatars
right?
in the world.
And I haven't talked to any of our other agents about that, but I think that's so cool, because not only can you go get help, but you can walk into a conference center, you can be in a meeting, and it's all, through your avatar.
Yes.
Do you have a pretty cool avatar?
I do. Yes.
You take great pride in that.
It's pretty awesome. I will say, though, the one thing that's bizarre is, for some reason, my avatar wants to, I have to recreate it every 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know why. Maybe it doesn't think it's cool, and it's like rebelling against me.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
That's fun, though. I don't know. If you have not been exposed to EXP at all,
Yeah.
call Brittney, because their background is so way more support than you think it is, right? And there's so many people that are willing to help you, whether you're on their team or not. It's just a caring group, so I like that.
Well, and so we're a part of what's called the Growth Collaborative. And so one thing that I think is with EXP is a lot of people think that there's no office space and that you don't have a connection to meet with people in person.
Right.
We do. We actually have multiple offices throughout the metro. You don't actually have to pay overhead costs because a lot of us agents are taking on those costs, and just allowing you as the agents that, like, there's with EXP, there's like the tiers basically, when you're coming in. So as you come in, those above you are taking on those overhead costs just because, through this platform. And so you get the benefit without the additional cost, and you have those spaces to utilize, and there's no additional fee for you. There's just the advantage of the collaboration, and we just really love to help each other and just build each other up, and we have a lot of different ways of doing that. And I've never found a group of people that we're all in it to help support each other. And I mean, we don't care if she gets the listing, he gets the listing, whoever. We're just applauding each other because one of us got it. And we're just happy to figure out ways that we could all help each other win it.
Well, and the company's growing fast. I forget the number of 88,000, 89,000, the number of agents. And it's such a cool model, because the mentorship's still there. And I think that your name spells it out. Carrie spells it out. All these guys that I've had on, and agents are from 19 years old up to experienced people. Right. So it's the DeRochers are extremely successful, and yet they're part of the group as well. So give us give the viewers or somebody new into the business, what are a couple tips that you would give them?
Tips.
Or advice, or
I would just say make sure you're looking at a wide variety of brokers, teams, and just different offices, even that, maybe it's the same brokerage, but just even different offices and locations, before you make a decision. And then also just know what you are saying no to. So don't just set yourself for just one. Make sure you look at other options and know what you're saying no to. And it doesn't hurt to just hear everybody else out. And lastly, I would just say that the biggest thing with real estate is that even though there's a lot of us out there as realtors and lenders, it's a small world, right? And so just remember that. And so you always seem to interconnect and find each other back. And so, build those relationships and just try to help one another. I think a lot of people, especially with where the market is going, there's going to be a lot of phasing out. And so we all just have to stick together. This world is just changing so much with real estate right now. And we just have to help the Twin Cities metro area, wherever you are in Minnesota, and just keep our name strong. I think we get a bad rep. And, I would really hope that we could help the world see that we operate at a higher level. So if you have questions as far as resources for code of ethics, what have you, I'm happy to help point you in the right direction. I just really am trying to help people come together more so and build a better name for us.
I like it. That's critical. And I love the fact that you spell that out. I mean, I hear all the stories with offers, with taxes, with some of the madness that goes on. And we as a whole, mortgage and real estate, have to keep our integrity up. I mean, that's just, so, God bless you for saying that. I think that's absolutely beautiful. And how do people get a hold of you if they want to, obviously we're going to post this on all the pages, but how do they get a hold of you?
Oh my gosh. So my son loves this part. So I I'm sorry, I'm like trying not to laugh here because after every single voicemail, like for every voicemail, right?
Yeah.
It's my son knows my phone number like the back of his hand because he goes, I look at him one day, I go, how did you know that, buddy? He goes, well, you say it all the time when you're working. I go, oh, okay. He goes, well, if you need to get a hold of me, it's Brittney Jackson with the New Doors, New Beginnings team, brokered by eXp Realty. And you can reach her at 763-568-2126. Again, 763-568-2126. And he blabbers that around the park like nobody's business.
Perfect.
So I laugh because it's like, well, okay, he's my marketing ad. He knows how, he's telling everybody how to get a hold of me. So anyhow, no, really, you could call me, text me, social media. I make myself available, in a lot of different platforms. But the fastest way is if you just send a text message.
Yeah.
That's going to be the fastest way. So 763-568-2126. That's going to be the fastest way. If you send me a text message, I will respond. Otherwise, my email, Brittney@newdoorsnewbeginnings.com.
You are an amazing lady. I truly, it's so fun to do these because you learn every week. I learn about what brings people to be awesome, and it's so fun to do that because it's your why, right?
Yeah.
It's about family, yes.
Yeah.
It's about paychecks, yes. But to find some of the hearts that are gold is beautiful to see. So
thank you.
I appreciate you coming on as our Realtor of the Week. And you're going to all be able to obviously view this on our Facebook private group, which is Realtor Connect. Also on Instagram, all one word, Realtor of the Week. And then the YouTube channel, of course, separate words, Realtor of the Week. Come like us, follow us. Make sure when you're interviewing all those companies, make sure that she's your last call, right?
Or the first. I'll be the first.
We'll close the door
But then
immediately.
call me last too and tell me it's a yes.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you a lot.
I appreciate you for having me. So thank you very, very much. It's been a pleasure.
Excellent. Thank you very much.